This is also available on DeviantART. So now my time with showing off stages, games and hacks is over. Let's go over and see the good and bad parts of what I was able to show off. Sonic Game Land by the Valley and others. Basically a 2D version of Sonic Riders, and you're on foot as well. So with that said, no need to complain about Sonic the Hedgehog being able to run faster than the speed of sound. Now this is a pretty good game. Of course I was only able to show off one stage, Green Hill, but I'm not sure if it's just a demo, but there are only 2 stages. I do like the way I adapted some Sonic Riders elements, because I do like that game. Sonic Ball 4 the sequel by Lake Feeperd. Now I already knew this game was good, it's just that I wanted to see the updated graphics for myself. Now I didn't know this, but there's also an original soundtrack which I actually found pretty cool. So when I LP this game, I will likely use this version of the game. Sonic After the sequel by Lake Feeperd. I tried out the first demo, which I can't remember when that was, but that was a really good demo. This showcase was rather pointless because I pretty much went through the same level except I'm showing you this time. But I don't remember there being a boss. If I recall, the Spike Shield has now got a bit of a different look, and they've added a new level in, or maybe more because I only finished the first zone, so I need to try the others out. Sonic Fusion by Felic. Now I already knew this game was good, and I was actually hyped up for the demo, but I was kind of disappointed because, I mean, sure they fixed a bug in Splash Hill and a few other stages, and by that I mean endlessly dropping, and he added this new stage, at least I think it was new, but I was sad to find that the story mode and extras mode weren't available, unless of course they're unlockables, but I still had fun, so there you go. Sonic Light and Darkness by Chaos Fusion 100. I was actually able to talk to the creator of the game for a moment. Now this game wasn't terrible, and that's coming later mind you, but I could see some improvements that could be made. One of the main things that bugged me was the transitions between the hub world and a stage, because once you go to a stage, it instantly goes there, and no fading effects or anything as such. The world map seemed kind of bland, but it was a demo, so I guess that makes sense. The controls were mixed. The buttons were, you know, they worked and they're easy to remember, but my main problem is that, well, first off, the air dash went a bit too far, which as a result, I lost control of myself and fell off quite easily. I didn't like using the spin dash because it was pretty damn slow, and then there was the slowdown in general, which was just a bit annoying to me. But I do have high hopes for next time it's released or something as such, so keep up the good work. Sonic Classic Heroes by Colin C10. Now I loved Sonic Heroes. I can see why others don't like it, but anyway, here we have, I wouldn't say a 2D version of Sonic Heroes because the level designs are just ripped from Sonic 1, Sonic 2 stages, but I do like the new emblem designs in each zone, and I love the new ways to play. However, I kind of wish they actually made like custom stages just so that it can match with the Sonic Heroes game style. You know, there's flights, there's power, and there's speed, you know, if that makes any sense to you. And sure be a nice attention to detail. Sonic 3 and Amy Rose by E122 PSI. Now I love this hack, but during my showcase I think I chose a bad route, Knuckles' route, because, you know, I know his routes are harder, and I've actually never played any of the Amy Rose hacks, so this was the first time for me. I've seen footage of other games with Amy Rose in it, but not Sonic 3 and Knuckles, so this is the first time and it was a great first time for me. I love the new attacks that the game carried out, and, you know, the only thing I had to do was just get used to the controls. Project Shadow by Damazine and others. Okay, now to put it bluntly, I didn't like this game, I'm sorry. All that stood out to me was the graphics and the music. The rest was, to me, was just not that good at all. I didn't like the level design. In fact, it kind of reminded me of Sonic 4 Episode 1 in the way that some of the bubble chains would place, go from the spring, and if you don't react fast enough, then you're going to get hit. Two of the other things that bugged me was the slowdown and the controls. Well, not really controls, but rather that when if you watched my video, you will have noticed that the controls screen only appeared for a few seconds, and I just couldn't get everything that was on there. As a result, out of the 6 main buttons that there were, I only got about 2 or 3, including the jump buttons. So the only other move I knew was Chaos Control. Sonic 2 Adventure Control by Main Memory. Brilliant, loved this hack. That's probably because of the generation styled spin dash, as I call it. I liked the new moves, which was it was easier to get used to, as opposed to Sonic 3 and Amy Rose. One thing that stuck out to me, besides the spin dash, was the air dash, which actually had a limited distance, which I'm quite happy about. Which usually would be a bad thing, because I don't know. I kind of preferred like Sonic Generation 3DS's homing air dash, but this one I actually preferred because games like the hacks like Sonic Mega Mix, they went pretty far. So this one I'm actually quite happy with. So actually this is one of my favourite hacks, despite the small changes and, well, just comparing it to other hacks. Sonic Eraser by Selby. I cannot believe I raged on this. There was only one section that I raged on because what I was trying to do just wasn't working and I don't know why. So I will agree that was unnecessary, so I'm very sorry, Selby. I knew this game was good, but I was playing a past demo, but that tutorial section, S monitor my arse. Sonic Zero Remastered by Mr. Kaosu and others. Now this is a pretty good game. One thing I liked was the way they fixed one of my main problems in the Sonic Worlds engine, the spin dash, because in the original, normal engine, it's quite slow to me, I don't like using it at all. But here they fixed it and it's a lot faster, which is all good by me. I didn't mind the hub world too much, you know, knowing other people's opinion on them, though I'm not really fond of them either. I still remember that tube in Tidal Tube Zone. You know, I don't know how it's supposed to know that you're supposed to like mash the D-pad to like speed up the time to actually start going through the tube. But I also remember this glitch that for some reason I just couldn't drown underwater, of course, and for some reason the bubbles weren't coming out. Now that race of Amy was, I don't know, I just couldn't seem to complete it easily. As fast as I can go, especially with the spin dash, I kept losing. I'm not sure if it's a set pattern or just the AI, otherwise, damn this AI. The Emerald's Awakening by Damazine. Now, I love the aesthetics of this game, it looked awesome. I love the graphics and the pixel art was very well done. I'm not jealous about the pixel art, so don't worry about it. One thing that did struck me was the shields. They were incredible. One thing I didn't like was just like the Thunder Shield's graphics kind of clashed, if that makes any sense. Actually, one reason I wanted to try this game was because of the look of the special stages, but I wasn't even able to play it, so ha 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 ha. Sonic Tribute by the Bar Admin. Now, I didn't like this game much. All I liked about it was the graphics and partly the music, but the level design was what I didn't like about the game. I didn't like the way that zones pretty much oversaturated a particular type of gimmick. Like Urban Rush was packed with speed shoes. Why? Why make a fast level that uses speed shoes instead of a level design itself? But I digress. Freedom Planet by Damazine. Way to go me, the only fan game that did not involve Sonic at all. I actually saw footage of this first from the Sonic show, then I played it, but I don't mind at all actually, because this game was amazing. I loved the graphics and I liked the character designs too, very well done. It also took me a while to get used to. Now if you saw my video, I did die quite a bit, and also one thing because I'm really unobservant, so as that of me, I didn't actually notice the HP bar on the top left, so that did hinder me. How do I know when I'm gonna die? Because knowing there's no rings there. But now I know, so yeah, great way to end Sage 2012, right? So this year's Sage was mixed. It started off well to me, got worse, and then got better on the way. The hacking contest results will be here soon, so stay tuned for that.